The air was thick with an unnatural tension, and Ito felt eyes on her everywhere she went. Birds perched on the rooftop, watching her, their black eyes unblinking. Yet, despite the unsettling presence of the animals, it was the hard stares of the local men that unnerved her the most. Their expressions were cold, resentful, as if they disapproved of her very existence. The next morning, desperate to escape, Ito tried to steal Fuad's motorbike, but he caught her in the act. She broke down, begging him to take her to Kbar. Fuad, though hesitant at first, agreed. He had to deliver barley along the way, but he promised to help her. They set off together, the storm clouds still hanging low in the sky, the wind biting at their faces. As they drove, Ito felt a growing sense of dread, but she couldn't tell whether it came from the landscape or something far more ancient. They reached Fuad's parents' house just before nightfall, and it was there, as the sun dipped below the horizon, that Ito felt the weight of everything crashing down on her. That night, Fuad found her praying and asked if she felt better. Ito, shaken by the events, confronted him about his beliefs. Fuad, a non-believer, shrugged. If there was a God, he said, he'd help the poor, not the privileged. Ito fell silent, her mind spinning. The storm outside grew louder, and as the night wore on, she began to feel that whatever was coming for her had already arrived. The morning sun crept over the horizon as they packed up and hit the road again. Ito, Fuad, and Ido, a trio bound by fate, continued their long journey toward the city of Kig. The landscape shifted into a desolate town where the air hung still and heavy. They decided to stop, hoping to grab some food at a small, lonely shop, but there was no owner, no customers, not a single soul. Inside the shop, a small television buzzed to life, crackling with a news report. It spoke of strange, supernatural events occurring across the country. The report claimed that alien life forms had arrived, causing chaos and panic as they drove further into the unknown. Just then, they spotted a figure by the side of the road, the teenage boy, alone, his thumb out for a ride. Fuad pulled over, and the boy climbed in without hesitation. His gaze was unnervingly steady, and a smirk never left his face. His presence felt both strange and unsettling, as though he knew something they didn't. When asked where he was headed, the boy said he was on his way to Kurga to meet his family for a massive prayer gathering. His voice was casual, but there was something off about his demeanor. Ito, trying to be polite, said, "May God hear you and protect us all." The boy's smirk deepened as he replied, "God is more elusive than a black, and on a black stone on a dark night." The words clung to the air, unsettling Ito even more. Not long after, the atmosphere around them changed.